Okay, guys, so I got my Redcat Gen8 chassis in yesterday, and I've got the wheels put on there. These are the clones, of course, but the wheels are excellent. So this is my third set of these wheel and tire combination, and I tell you what, I'm pretty happy with them. I haven't had any issues. So, they may not be good enough for, like, if you're in a competition and you're doing a lot of crawling, but for the average Joe like myself who, doesn't get out as often, they work just fine. So anyway, I'm going to do this modification, and I did this the last time, and one of the things I do is I don't use the Redcat sliders on my sorry about that, but I got to get this out. I don't use the Redcat sliders on my chassis. Okay, so I'll be taking these off, and then what I do is I take this box here and I'll put it up in the front right here. I'll cut this little lip right here, and that'll allow for the battery to come back a little bit. And it doesn't hurt anything because there's so many adjustments for the Velcro straps that the battery, I've had experience with it on my previous one, and it grabs just fine. I wish Redcat would make this tray about 2 inches longer so that when the guys who don't use these sliders do modification, they can put their electronics right here and the battery right behind it. And if this tray was about 2 inches longer, it'd be perfect. But I'll do it my way for now, and I'll come back to you once I've got that cut. All right, so step one is done. I've removed the little lip that's there. And this is really soft material, so it comes off really easy. All you really need is a box cutter and just cut there and down, and that removes it. I did want to make a special note on this little step right here. This screw not only holds the slider, but it also holds up part of the transmission. So make sure that at least this one goes back. The other ones don't need to. Okay, guys, and it's the same thing on this side. Make sure that, once again, the screw on this side is replaced when you get this off. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. And I put it back right away so that that transmission does not move out of place and I have trouble lining it up later. So if you take care of it immediately, you're back in business. Slider off. Now, one of the things I do like the way they did this little box, receiver box, is that I'm able to take it off and relocate it. So it is a separate piece. All the receiver box off. And this next step is really important. Do not clip these tips off, because we're going to utilize them again to secure it in place. And the way I do mine is, you see that little tip there where the screw goes in? I slide it up underneath that spot, button it up real nice and close to the end of the tray there. Let's see if you can see it. So it fits really nice in there. No glue, no screws, so that you have easy access. The next step, all I do is I put a little small zip tie through the hole there. See, now I've got the little zip tie in there. So you tuck it in, make sure this lip catches onto here so that it doesn't slide out. And then all you got to do is zip tie it like so. Now, this is not waterproof, okay? So hopefully you have a waterproof, if you need it to be waterproof, hopefully you have a waterproof receiver. And there's videos out there on how to see. So now my receiver goes in there, and what I do is I take my receiver and I glue it in upside down. Okay, so a little bit of E6000. I want to go on the back of my receiver. You don't need a lot. These things are very light. Just need a little bit. And then, let me do it on camera here. I fished the antenna through there. Pop it in place. All right, there it is. So now it's upside down, and I don't have to worry about, let's say you come out of a run and your truck is wet. I don't have to worry about any water sitting inside the receiver box. And as you can see here, there's plenty of drain. So any water that does get in comes right out really fast. And because it's upside down, it's not going to sit on there. So just going to go like that. Going to zip tie it here, and it will hold in place. So we're back again. So as you can see, the battery does hang over about, I want to say about 2 inches maybe. And ESC will go here. Everything will get plugged in. I don't have to run long, make long cables for everything. And that's kind of the way I do my setup. For those of you that were interested in this modification, the things I do with when I get a truck is I always make sure that the axles are greased. So this is a brand new one. Way to go, Redcat. Did a nice job of greasing the axles and lubing everything really nice. It's nice to see that coming out of the factory.